Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Mojo here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I did watch. Self-Made, the new Netflix miniseries regarding the legendary, the incomparable Madam C.J. Walker, or Sarah, what was it, Breedlove. And I will say I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it, even though I felt, even I could tell, some of this stuff is kind of off. And when I say some of this stuff is kind of off, you'll understand what I mean in a second. So the miniseries shows the struggles and the successes that Madam C.J. Walker had while building her way up, getting her way to the top. But I'm not going to focus on every little thing because this is a part of history, and some of this stuff I said, this doesn't sound right. They made it seem like Madam C.J. Walker flat out stole the recipe that her boss at the time gave her, Addie. I don't think that's true. From what I was reading, it's more so like Addie also used a general concoction. Yes, she did find something that was more effective and less damaging to black hair, but Madam C.J. Walker made her own version of something that the base products, the base ingredients, even the base amounts were pretty universal. So that's one thing I want to bring up. Another thing, I don't know if Tiffany Haddish's character, I do not know, what was her name? Laylee? Madam C.J. Walker's daughter. Very goofy, at least in this film, came off extremely goofy, and I felt like I'm watching Tiffany Haddish right now. I don't feel like I'm watching this historical figure's daughter. She could also, in her younger years, have been a very goofy person, but I just felt like I was looking at Tiffany Haddish. So that was another thing that made me think, But okay. I did like, again, seeing her work ethic, how she was able to draw in a crowd. She brought in her real life stories. It is true that her hair was falling out. The chemicals that were provided as an option to use to maintain black hair were trash. They were trash. Think about this. This is 1901, 1903, 1905 or something of the sorts. Of course, they're not going to have products catered to black hair. And that, along with stress, abuse, other things, could cause anyone's hair to fall out, especially hers. And she went through that in one of her marriages, Madam C.J. Walker. Her getting helped initially by Addie, I believe, is also true, because Addie did go and employ her, and that's where she got her start with the idea of, I can sell this too. Apparently, Addie wasn't just this light skin, long hair down my back, biracial woman. Not saying that she wasn't biracial, but just the dramatization of her and to really play up the racial tropes. From what I'm reading, that was a writing and Netflix thing, and that I did not like. I did not like that at all. I feel like if it happened, fine, but we're not going to put something like that in here just to go and to pull on the people's heartstrings to really feel for Madam C.J. Walker. No, she was a black woman in an older white man's world. That's more than enough. We got it. All the trials and tribulations of her being a woman, and even though she was very polarizing, very smart and all of that, her still being a woman, they were people who I'm sure wanted to talk to her husband, Charles. Well, I think they called him James. His name is Charles, but they may have called him by his middle name, James. Either way, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, let's switch the light. The devil works hard, but God works harder. Okay. Anyway, we had I don't even remember what I was talking about, so we'll just move forward from that. Blair Underwood's character, he did a great job. So did Octavia Spencer. Excellent jobs. Oof. I don't know. See, here's the thing. I think both things can be true. I think that Charles, it really seemed like he was a very supportive husband. It just seemed like, I don't know if because she was such a strong person, a strong woman, had to make sure that people understood that she worked hard for everything that she got, that if it really was the case that she emasculated him as much as she did or not. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if that part's true or not, but it was cringeworthy. It was so bad. I think even the most, of course, pro-women empowerment person and ideologies would kind of look at her and think, yeah, but you treat that man like ish. But I don't know if that was really the case or not, or if that was a dramatization just to drive home the point of, okay, she's successful, she's doing all this stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. So we're not going to focus too much on that. But oof, I did not like to see that. I didn't like to see that at all. It just felt oof. His father was cool. His father was very cool, very understanding. We had John, who went and married Madam's daughter. He wanted to open up a juke joint. Where's his work ethic, though? And again, he's another one where I felt a little bad, only because I don't know if it's really the case that they treated him like this, or if the case was that he was just lazy or didn't know what to do, and so they gave him a job, they gave him a place to live, and that's a lot. Him going and selling out secrets to Addie, I can see that, but I don't like a personality where you have to hold their hand and pet them every 5 seconds or else they're gonna go off. That's actually a huge pet peeve for me, someone who's like that. Dora, her ending up being with Charles made sense. It made sense because I kind of looked at her, and that's another thing I don't like, when I can easily tell, oh, this character is supposed to be this character is supposed to be that. And again, I keep saying character instead of person, because I don't know if this is just for to dramatize the movie and make it seem like something more than what it was. Obviously, in this case, this would be recorded, so yeah, at some point he decided to dip out on his wife and go with the woman who was stroking his ego because she knew that he could provide her certain things. So I can believe that. I felt bad for Ransom. A good guy. You could tell he was a great guy who had a very troubled family background. He actually married into a family where his brother-in-law used to do some illegal activity, primarily stuff having to do with gambling. And I could have told him that there was no way that you just got that $500 just like that. Nope. So that when he finds out that no, it was an investment into Madam's factory, because she went from being a clothes washer and doing it from hand. My grandma, I think still to this day, still has one of those things where you wring the clothes out and you wash it. I had to do that once. I had to do that. My grandma's from the country in Jamaica, so I mean, but anyway, when that was not fun. Actually, it was, because it wasn't a job. I like clean and cleanliness, so that was fun, but not as a job. I could easily see how your hands blister and all that. So Madam CJ Walker fully understood hard work. Fully understood hard work. And she even made her own product, started to sell it, wanted to expand each step of the way. They only showed her husband being apprehensive, and again, understandably, in the sense where it's like, we need some type of security so that we're not out on the street. And I don't know if her husband really was trying to say, hey, things don't seem to be working out, so just go back to what you're doing, or if he was like, hey, you can do both. That's the thing with the whole dramatization of the movie. I don't know where the reality ended and the fiction began. I don't. Anyway, what else did I like? Again, her husband still having a Eurocentric-esque concept of what beauty was, but just using slightly darker skin. Didn't like that when it came to marketing. I'm glad that she went with someone beautiful hair and clearly was black. Very important. I respect the fact that she pulled out of the big investment because she wanted to keep the focus on what mattered most. Her and the women who essentially were like the Avon ladies of yesteryear built up that company. And to have this person come in who doesn't see eye to eye with her ideologies and thoughts, I could see where those women were like, no, find another way. And she did. The company was very successful. I think it officially closed or got bought out by 1980 or 1981, as far as like no longer selling products under that name or the company no longer existing. But think about it. Madam CJ Walker built something, and it had to stand the test. It had to stand through wars. It had to. I would have loved to see a further story on what happened with the company afterwards. I understand the focus was on Madam CJ Walker, but I have no idea. Like, I don't know what products they personally had moving forward. We know her daughter eventually took over. We saw that her daughter was smart and taking in everything that her mom said. It's just that sometimes it takes people a moment to grow up. But she grew up quickly when she found out her mother was sick. I don't know if her daughter was actually a lesbian or if her daughter just wasn't interested in the men that her mom wanted her to be interested in. I don't know. It was also a time where that wasn't publicly. That's what makes me feel like, did this conversation really happen? Did she, especially back then, did she really? That's my issue with the movie. I don't want to talk about anything else. That's my thing with the movie. I don't know where the fiction ended and where reality began and vice versa with this. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I don't know. All right, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Did you watch it? I will say watch it. At least watch it. Show some love and support because it was good. Regardless of fully factual or not, it was good.